Homelessness is a complex issue, and finding ways to address it is equally complicated. Jefferson County Director of Housing Jillian Redder says securing government funding is one of her biggest challenges. Money to help homeless people often comes with specific rules. For example, a grant might say the money can only be used to help men or women with children or people with a certain mental health issue. She says there are also challenges when working with multiple agencies and governments. To learn more, a group of local officials is visiting shelters in Syracuse next week.
One is a men's shelter, the other is a women and family shelter. So get some information, see what their setup looks like, how some of their operational procedures, how they're funded.
You can watch more of Redder's interview on helping homeless people. It is online and is a 7 News Extra.